Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new season. Today I'm going to be reviewing a tent I purchased from AliExpress. It's called an A-Peak 2.0. It's a single skin tent. It weighs in at 1600 grams, which is around about 3.5 pounds, somewhere around there. It includes pegs. Yeah, I've actually put it into a compression sack. It came with the usual stuff sack that tents generally come with, but I wanted to be able to actually compact it down so it fits in the backpack easier. It doesn't come with poles, you use trekking poles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up and then I'll give you a tour around it and tell you what I think of it. Well, this is the tent set up. It took probably about 5 or 6 minutes, that's all. It's the first time I've set it up. I haven't had a dry run on it. It comes with pegs. It comes with a set of 10 pegs. They're just standard aluminium style pegs. There's a few things I like about it that I've seen while I'm setting it up, and there's a few things that I question. So what I'll do now is I shall walk around the tent and talk through some of the points that I like and some of the points I don't like. It's a two-door tent. It's supposed to be a two-person tent, and to be quite fair, it does look like you could probably get 2 people in it. It'd be a bit of a tight squeeze, but there's quite a bit of space. We'll have a look inside in a minute, but there's a couple of things I've noticed already on the outside. The actual guy ropes are very, very thin. I mean, I can't probably focus very well with this camera, but I'd say that's probably 2 millimeter cord. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels it might stand up to the job, but I wouldn't want to test it in serious weather conditions. The hydrostatic head on the tent is supposed to be between 2000 and 3000 millimeters, so it will stand up to sort of quite prolonged showers, but nothing sort of torrential. The doors, okay, so this is what I found. I'm just going to release that. The door on the right hand side of each side of the tent has a toggle, a standard toggle that you can tie the door back with, which is quite handy. But the actual loop is just made out of a very, I don't know if it's focused on that, it's a very sort of thin plasticky material, so I can't see that standing up. The left hand door on each side has absolutely nothing. But what I found is if you fold the left hand door back on each side, if you want to open it up to get ventilation, there is an extra toggle on the right hand side which you can then put that around. So if I stand back a bit, you can probably see what I mean by that. I'm not sure if it's actually designed to be like that or not. I wouldn't have thought so, because what you have on each side is a vent that runs down. I actually like this. This isn't actually up very well at the moment. This is just to sort of like give an example. But the actual vent runs along the full width of the tent, which I like. And that obviously pulls out. There's the guy ropes on there again, which is made out of a very thin material again. So yeah, all in all, I'm not overly impressed, but I'm not impressed, if that makes sense. It was only about £56, which isn't a bad price. I love the colour. I think if you're going to go out camping and you're going to do wild camping or stealth camping, you need something that sort of like blends in, and the green certainly blends in. I'm not too sure about the reflective inner, which is silver, because if you do have to tie the doors back, then that's going to be quite noticeable. But again, that's down to personal choice. It's got the standard bug mesh and the zipper at each side, and then it's got the standard sort of like bathtub bottom to it, where it comes up a few inches like that. That's probably a bit dark there, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm comfortable with it. I think you get like a little vestibule area each side. It's not great. It comes out probably from the centre about, what, I suppose by the time that's pegged in, it probably be about 1.5 foot or sort of 45 centimetres, somewhere around there. But yeah, I think for the money, you know, you don't expect to have something that's all singing, all dancing for the money. And I think for the price point, that's not too bad a tent. I think it was around about £56. I'm not sure if I said that earlier or not. So it's not too bad a price tent. I'm not sure if it's seam sealed. I think it is, yeah, the actual seams there are sealed as well, so that's not too bad. Whether it'll hold up to any significant rainfall, I don't know. But what I'll hopefully do is later in the year is take this out and have a camp in it somewhere, set it up properly. I've set it up loosely here. This is where the trekking poles are. They sort of go in at each end like this. As I say, it's only loosely set up. But I might possibly, if I'm going to actually use it, I might actually replace the guy lines that come with it with some other rope, possibly. Got some stronger paracord on there. I think I've got loads of paracord. But yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. The tent's not too bad. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. I'll get inside now and have a little look inside and give you a few shots from the inside. Well, I'm actually inside the tent now. It is actually an okay tent. As I said before, there are a few little niggly things, but then for the price point, you don't expect perfection. I'll certainly take it out and give it a camp at some point. I can actually stretch out of this, which is quite amazing. I'm 6'1", 6'1.5", so 1.85, 1.86 meters. I think that equates to, if I remember rightly. Yeah, I'm diagonal at the moment, but if I go this way, my feet sort of just about touch there. But I tend to I don't tend to lay out straight when I sleep anyway. I tend to sort of curl up. So there's ample room in here. I'm actually quite impressed with the room. Use the fingers there. Yeah, it's well, there's a little pocket there on the side, and a warning about smoking, I guess naked flames as well. The bottom, I would say it's not like you would expect from a tent. It feels like it's made from the same material as the actual main tent itself. So I think unless you're confident there's like no sharp stones or rocky ground you're going to be camping, I think it'd probably be a good idea to put like a ground sheet underneath it as a bit of extra protection. If it's sort of just a grass area you're going to be pitching on, then absolutely no problem at all. But yeah, so it's not too bad. I think there's the vents up there that come in like with the bug mesh on. So the bug mesh seems all right. Doors have both got zippers on as well. Excuse the overexposure there. Yeah, so the doors and the mesh seem fine. The zips seem quite nice. They don't seem cheap zips. The actual pulls are metal. I think the actual zips are nylon, which most tents nowadays are, because obviously like you don't get rust on them, which is quite handy. But I do like the actual pullers being metal. It's like it just feels nice. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review. As I say, it's not been a full review of me actually sleeping in it, but I will use it at some point and then see how it stands up. I probably won't take it out in severe weather. Not going to risk anything silly. I'm not one of those people who just goes out in stupid weather just to get views and clicks. But I will take it out and hopefully do a nice camp somewhere and then sort of review it properly from a sleeping perspective. The other thing as well, it does actually come with a freebie, which is quite nice. It doesn't actually advertise on the advert on AliExpress that it came with a freebie, but I saw one of the reviews actually mention it, and mine actually came with a freebie as well. So what I'll do now is I'll get back up outside and I'll show you the freebie it comes with. Yeah, so it does actually come with this, a free poncho. Obviously there's no such thing in real life as a freebie. Obviously it's included in the price of the actual product, but they don't actually advertise it in the listing, so you think it's free, but as you know, no such thing as a free meal. It's not too bad. I think it would suffice. Again, it's got silly silver lining inside like the doors have on the tent, but again, I suppose if it's cold weather, that reflects your body heat and keep you warm. It's got press stud seals. I haven't sealed it up down the sides. Obviously it's got slots for your arms to come through, and I think you'd easily fit a backpack underneath here as well. So all in all, not too bad. And there's a hood on it. I'll probably look stupid. I don't tend to look stupid anyway. and it's got a zip up the front there as well. A little bit stiff, but I'm sure it would work. Anyway, yeah, so not too bad. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this review. As I say, hopefully later in the year I'll take the tent out and give it a proper trial out somewhere in the wild. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and if you've liked the video and you're not a channel subscriber, please subscribe to the channel, and also if you do like the video, please hit the thumbs up. It'd be really appreciated. Thanks, hope to see you soon. Take care. Cheers for now.